From Rudolph to Scott Calvin to John McClane, the nerds are jingling all the way to December the 25th as they present to you NERDMAS. NERDMAS. From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
The name's Nukem, Duke Nukem, and you're watching the Nerds Doing Nerd Things podcast. I don't know why, but you are.
Ho, 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 which he only does once in this movie. What's going on, nerds? And welcome to episode 1 of... Is that Rusty? Rusty. Why are you being a... He can't hear me, can he? You have headphones in, don't you?
You.
Okay.
Headphones in, he's like flat out ignoring you.
We are doing the first episode of NERDMAS, and Susie picked a very good one. I got to give her a lot of credit here. First time I ever saw it was earlier today, and it is Netflix's Christmas Chronicle, starring Kurt Russell, which, honestly, like straight up, top 3 or 4 Santa Clauses out of Tim Allen. David Harbour from last year is really high up there, and then Kurt Russell doing a really good job.
I'm more concerned that you are shocked that I picked a good one.
I'm not shocked. That I did say I was shocked. Yeah, okay, yeah. With how unprepared we kind of were coming into the holiday season with NERDMAS, which, newsflash, we have a full spreadsheet of stuff we want to talk about. We just didn't input it into the actual schedule. So it was all there. It was just any of these Christmas. That's not Christmas. That's Halloween. That's Halloween. Why do we have so much Halloween?
I was sitting at work and AJ messaged me and he's like, "So what are we doing for NERDMAS?" And I was like, "I want to do this movie and this movie and this movie." And he's like, "Well, we only have 3 weeks. You have to pick 3 of them." I'm like, "No!"
And here's the thing. We're doing Christmas Chronicles, Christmas Chronicles 2, and then the one I'm very excited for that is going to release on Christmas is Red 1. I'm so excited for that. I've been wanting to see that for...
So what's funny about that one is, so I didn't know that it was coming to Amazon Prime. It was coming to a streaming. My mom's like, "Red 1's coming to Amazon," and I'm like, "Mom, what are you talking about?" My mom has been so excited for this movie.
Ain't the only one.
I don't even. A tradition started in my family a while ago where during Christmas dinner we watch a Christmas movie. So a couple years ago we watched Spirited.
Oh wow! Okay.
I don't remember what we watched last year. But this is so half the movies that I'm introducing AJ to are movies that we've watched during Christmas Day festivities. Christmas Chronicles being the first one.
See, the one Christmas movie tradition that I have is one that is very, very, very divisive around people that enjoy Christmas movies. And you're one of them, Susie.
No, I'm not. I came around to the Polar Express.
Oh, did you? When the heck did that happen?
Yeah.
When did
a while ago. Especially more so now that I saw behind the scenes of how they came about doing all the characters, which is really freaking cool.
I want to go on the granted it's a little late for it. You probably had to buy the tickets months ago. So next year,
Mhm.
we're going down to the Trolley Museum because they do that full hot chocolate Santa Claus trolley ride,
Where's
like
the trolley museum?
West Haven.
Oh, okay.
And they do that whole skit.
Mhm.
Like somebody gets to play the role of
Okay.
Tom Hanks in the movie. And
Oh,
it's
that's kind of cool.
it's
We're doing
a song and everything too.
we're going to the train museum down in Danbury, to do a train ride for Evie. It's her first. Well, it's not her first Christmas. She's had her first Christmas, but this is the first one that like really she's gonna be really like participating in. So
I mean, it's not like I dropped the ball on her present the last couple of years. Or last year and this year. We did give it to her. It was just for her birthday, which I don't know if you've opened it up. Jessica wrote something in there for her.
I opened it. I didn't read it. I haven't read it yet.
It was so pretty. My wife is awesome. Because
We know your wife.
while I do a pretty good job hosting a podcast and other forms of media, when it comes to very sentimental stuff, because I'm trying my best to not swear so more people can watch this. It's so difficult, especially when we're talking with like friends and all that stuff. Yeah, being sentimental is really difficult on paper because you're like, he's one. What the heck do we write for a 1-year-old that can't even read? Something that she's gonna read later in life and be like, I love my auntie and uncle.
Mm-hmm.
Which, oh my god, before we get into the Christmas Chronicles, on her first birthday, we didn't post anything because I was leaving that up to you since it's your child. What happened? What did we do to our nerd's 1-year-old? And I think you might have froze. Oh, no, there you go. You were just very looking just down.
I was trying to find something. Still trying to find something.
You trying to find the photo?
Trying to find a photo.
Well, I can't kind of input it right now, so unless you're going to post it on Facebook, which if she does, it'll be on our group page. But as she's looking for that, there's a new tradition we have started with her youngling. I was part of the brain power behind it. Susie was the other one, and Will, her husband, was the other one. She's one. She gets Gen 1. She chose her Gen 1 starters. It's so pretty. She picked the wrong one, though.
Oh, we have picked.
Huh?
What should she have picked?
Probably Bulbasaur, because Bulbasaur makes the I'm always the aspect if you pick the leaf character for the beginning part of the game, it's a little more difficult.
Are you trying to tell me that my daughter's gonna take the hard way?
No, the easy way was taking Charmander.
Oh, well, she picked Squirtle, so she's in the middle of the road.
She's right down the middle. Which I honestly thought she was picking Charmander because that was the only one that had a background. Everybody else was whited out. I made a mistake when I printed it out. I was like, oh, they're all good. Ah, crud. But, next year we'll do Gen 2. After that, we'll do Gen 3. And then when she gets
and we all know that if she does not pick Cyndaquil for Gen 2, she might get disowned.
I might be mad. That's a very strong might. To the point where it's a yes. I might just sit in the corner. Just.
We have to do a lot of sucking up.
She's wrong. Is it Totodile Gen 2?
Totodile and Chikorita.
See, I don't like Chikorita, but I like Bayleaf.
I like Meganium. I don't like Chikorita. But that's also like, I like Feraligatr. I don't like Totodile.
See, I like Totodile. I don't like any of his evolved forms. Just like Cyndaquil. When I play the Pokemon games that have Cyndaquil in there, he's level 100. He doesn't evolve though. He stays a Cyndaquil.
Mm-hmm.
He's so cute. That's why. But let's get into the Christmas Chronicles. This beautiful movie came out November 22nd of 2018 on Netflix. It stars Kurt Russell, Judith Lewis, Darby Camp, Lamore Morris, Kimberly Williams Presley, and Oliver Hudson. But basically, this movie starts so nice that a family just loves Christmas. Everybody loves Christmas, and then you find out the father unfortunately passes away in a fire because he's a fireman. And you start getting the trope of because somebody's not there that they lose all like Christmas spirit except one person, and that being Katie. I don't know who plays Katie. It's one of those names I just read off. But holy crap, she just has a great bubbly personality.
Yeah, pretty much. She's, you know, as much as she's not the main character, she's
Yeah.
like the one you focus on the most.
And I think that's Darby Camp.
That is Darby Camp.
Doesn't really have a lot on IMDb. But once everybody seems to have lost hope, she kind of corrals her brother into a little blackmail where they stay up for Santa Claus, and holy crud, they mess with Santa Claus unintentionally, but completely intentionally. And we're off to the races from there. It had a lot of Christmas tropes, like Santa Claus getting in trouble. Somebody needs to help him. Somebody who doesn't believe in Christmas now believes in Christmas. But I do feel like this movie takes all those tropes and does them very, very well. The little musical number that they have in jail, 3/4 of the way through the movie, absolutely hilarious. Good song.
It
It's
was like
literally in my
perfect. It
Christmas
was perfect
playlist now.
timing for it too.
I'm sorry?
It was like perfect timing for it too.
Yeah.
Like you hate those movies that like they need a musical number and but they're not sure where to stick it, so they stick it like in the very very beginning, and it's not the perfect fit for it because it doesn't fit with the story and mesh with the story well, and it escalates the story. And then you have the ones that are like at the end of the movie and you're like, but that should have been in the middle of the movie. This one was like so perfectly placed that it's almost like they watched the movie like 4 times to figure out where this should go.
And not for nothing, with the song in the movie, not just that it was perfectly placed, it was done by the right people. It didn't hurt the story. If anything, it added to the story, to the police officer that was very skeptical of the whole thing, which everybody's skeptical of Santa Claus, even though he's telling you who you are, what you wanted for Christmas 20 years ago. I think.
Okay, let's be real here. The one who did the jail the best. Now I wouldn't say the best, but the one who like really had it was the Tim Allen Santa Claus. What's your name?
Scott Calvin. Santa Claus. Scott Calvin. Papa Noel.
Like, and that's the biggest thing. Like, I was really hoping that Kurt Russell would do some sort of like
he kind of did
off of that. Did he?
A very short, because the dude was asking for his name, and he goes, "I don't want to hear, Santa Claus." He goes, "Okay, well, I go by Saint Nick, but you know, I'm not technically a saint. They haven't really bestowed that on me," and goes into the whole. And I was like,
yeah,
okay, he did go down a rabbit hole here.
Oh yeah, And it's one of the big things that I love about Kurt Russell. And I know that there are people that like, so like I am from the generation that did not grow up on Kurt Russell, but I watched all of his movies growing up.
I
So
mean,
the
first,
Computer Wore Tennis Shoes, Barefoot Executor. I can keep going.
well, my first, I think, Kurt Russell movie, knowing he's in the movie, was Sky High.
Oh, I watched him before that.
Well, you gotta understand what I grew up with, because I didn't watch all that, stuff you did because of your brothers and father, mother.
No, that was
No?
all me.
That was all you.
That was all me. I literally went to the library and went, hey, this movie looks really cool. Picked it up, checked it out, took it home, and then I went on an entire Kurt Russell kick to the point where we ran out of Kurt Russell movies in the library.
And I thought you were gonna be sad.
And I was sad. And then Disney produced more Kurt Russell movies, and I was a little happy girl.
So what did you? I kind of broke down how stuff kind of happened through the movie.
Mm-hmm.
What did you think of the plot? Because, like I mentioned, they steal a bunch of tropes from other Christmas movies, but I think this movie, I don't want to say does it better, but does it to where it's a fully cohesive story that you buy into by the end of it.
I feel like, yeah, they took tropes, but they also made all those tropes their own.
Yeah.
So
it wasn't
me,
point and click and copy and paste.
For me, the plot, it was very well put together. It was I mean, the biggest thing for me that stuck out is, you always have, Santa has an issue. Santa's, there's something wrong. We have to save Santa, or Santa's saving someone. Which is great. But the fact that he had two kids helping him, one went off to get the reindeer, the other one's involved in a speed chase with the cops. Like,
that was funny. I very much enjoyed that
was
car
hilarious.
chase. And just this thing has power. Bumps knuckles with Santa Claus. Like, come on.
So this is I would have to probably say that this is one of my favorite Christmas movies, because it does a Christmas plot in a way that it kind of hits a little closer to home. As much as, none of us want to imagine our kids doing that, I kind of hope my daughter has an adventure like that, because that was freaking badass.
I thought you were going to say stealing the car at the beginning of the movie.
No, I don't hope she does that.
I mean, if she's as bad as you are.
I'm not the car thief in the family.
Wait, so there is one? I didn't know that. All right, that just got awkward. Hey, all right. Honestly, you took my next question, which I thought I was going to forget because of all that what just happened. Like, wow. Where does this rank in Santa Claus Christmas movies?
Top 5.
Shit.
I didn't even hesitate. Top 5.
Like I said before, I'd put this top 3. I haven't seen the second one yet, so I can't really.
I was gonna say, because you haven't seen the second one. I personally think the second one's better than the first one. So, I mean, obviously, I would go with my OG, the Santa Claus. Are we doing Christmas movies or Santa movies? Because those are
Santa movies.
Santa movies. So yeah, this would
say Nightmare.
This is above Nightmare.
Huh.
Do you want to hear why it's above Nightmare?
Sure.
Okay, so for me, and this is just my personal opinion, I don't
don't view Nightmare Before Christmas as like a Santa movie. It has Santa in it, but it's not a Santa movie.
I mean, he does have a good chunk of the movie.
Well, Jack has a good chunk of the movie. He's
it's because it's
trying
Jack's
to
movie.
become Santa. But Santa really only has a tiny, tiny role in comparison. And he's there to get killed. So, and then he saves Christmas. So, like, for me, Nightmare Before Christmas is about Jack Skellington and not about Santa. So, it's in my top 5, but it's not.
But you just said it yourself. You have Santa Claus, and then you have Sandy Claus. Technically, you have 2 Santa Clauses.
Fair point. Fair point.
Hi, Ryan. He says, ho, 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 you jolly bald man, and then goes, hi, Susie. Jolly bald man.
I got my name. You got Jolly Bald Man. How do you feel?
My head is cold.
Your head looks cold.
Whoa, is my hair out?
Just a little bit.
I the only thing that was weird for me in this movie,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know if they meant to do this or it was just a budgeting thing, but the elves look like gremlins.
I'm gonna let you watch 2 and develop your own answer.
Okay? Because when they go crazy on the thugs in the movie, they straight look like gremlins.
I'm gonna let you watch 2, and then we will revisit this.
Okay, so we'll just put a pin in this and talk about it next week. By you saying that, I feel like they really turn into gremlins in the next movie.
You're gonna have to wait and see. Hey, you know what? At least Carly isn't here because I can't feed her after midnight.
Carly's angry all the time. She's either asleep or angry. Well,
really
it's
hope
hangry, but
yeah.
Granted, most of our friend group, they're usually sleeping or hangry.
Or they're... Never mind.
They're about to be a bald joke.
I was gonna say drunk, but you turned it into a bald joke, so there you go.
Well, the drunk part ain't me. Is it?
No.
Is it the guy from last week?
Yes.
He was zooted. He was gone, and we didn't even finish playing the game yet.
I have, between me and AJ, we have some really good stories about a couple of our friends being drunk.
I would
with
say
us
it's
drunk at the same time.
I would say it's blackmail, but it's only blackmail if they give a shit.
I got told I couldn't go to sleep until I finished the bottle. I finished the bottle.
That was a thing.
Is there anything that you would like to see in the second movie that we really didn't get to see much of in this one?
I would honestly like to see more of the North Pole and maybe some more Mrs. Claus.
Okay.
Kind of that dynamic.
Would you like a small spoiler?
I'm guessing you do. On both of the occasions, or just one?
For what?
Seeing more of the North Pole and more Mrs. Claus.
I was going to tell you that the kids come back, but sure.
Wait, you told me you didn't know.
I had to double check. The kids do come back.
You Googled. You used the Googs.
I used the Googles.
Ryan said you would watch Santa with muscles.
Hells yeah!
Why do I picture it's not the red suit? Like he's got the sleeves ripped off and he's jacked.
Dude, if The Rock was going to go play Santa, I'd watch that in a heartbeat.
I mean, he's in that Red 1 movie.
He is in the Red 1 movie, but he's not Santa.
Yeah, J.K. Simmons is Santa Claus, and I am so excited for that.
But I'm also excited for Chris Evans to be the bad guy.
Is he really?
Yes!
Chris Evans ever been a bad guy in a movie?
No, so they enlist Chris Evans because he's he's permanently on the naughty list to help save Santa.
Well, so's Paul.
Yeah, we still give him presents every year. Explain that.
I can't. I really can't. But oh, apparently, Ryan, is Santa with Muscles like an actual movie or a TV short? Because he goes, it's Hulk Hogan. And I go, I can picture that. I feel like that's actually a thing.
I feel like that's a Christmas special. Like, I feel like that's a Christmas special. Google, don't fail me now.
It's a movie. It's a 1996 family comedy.
Why do I feel like I've seen it?
It's got Hulk Hogan, Robin Curtis, Mila Kunis. Wow.
That's old.
Yeah. See if there's anybody else important.
Ooh.
Interesting.
We went down a rabbit hole.
I might have to watch this at some point.
We went down a rabbit hole. Rabbit hole.
Google's telling me it's not good. IMDb a 2.6 out of 10. Rotten Tomatoes a 23%. Letterboxd a 1.9 out of 5. But yet 59% of people say they like this movie.
I'm 100% positive that I've seen this movie, and I'm 100% positive that I don't remember any of it.
It makes sense.
Because like I'm reading the description of it, I'm pretty sure I've seen it.
Santa's sleigh is a killer Santa, and it's Jewish wrestling superstar Goldberg.
Okay.
But I like where we're going with NERDMAS this year. I'm excited to see the second one. I'm very excited to see Red One. Susie, great job at picking the movies this year.
You're welcome. Just wait until October and see what I have in store for you.
Why do I feel like while we've been talking, you've been filling out the spreadsheet?
No, I don't have a keyboard in front of me, so.
Oh, well, you'll have that.
Don't worry. I will be armed with a keyboard shortly enough.
I'm in danger.
You are in danger.
Great, more scary things.
And we will involve some very nice 21 plus drinks.
We're finally going to do that again?
Yeah. I'll leave my tiny munchkin with
yes, Susie, for the most part, does run the scheduling for the show. I can't be left with the spreadsheet.
He can run a podcast, and we're gonna compliment his wife again today. He can run a podcast. He can adhere to a schedule. However, he has to be told what time and where. At which point, this is where his wife comes in, because she's like, "We're going here at this time. Get ready."
I mean, I feel like that's a normal guy thing.
It is a normal guy thing, but then we get to the other end of the spectrum with the podcast and the scheduling, and I go, "Hey, AJ, do you have any input?" And you're like, "Yeah, I want to do this, this, and this." I'm like, "Okay, cool."
And then somewhere, this, or there.
Somewhere in the schedule, it magically appears, and he just marvels at my...
We're just a good team.
We are.
And then Ryan, myself, and TJ on Sundays are a good team with the wrestling show. And
yeah, stop showing up in my feed.
No, I need you to. Are you talking about on TikTok?
I'm talking about on TikTok. I think you showed up on a couple of my other feeds.
Just spam the like button as many times until your arm gets sore.
Okay.
Because it does help. Like, holy crap, Brian did like a couple thousand the other night, and we grew to like 30 or 40 people watching at one point. So it does work.
I know I was commenting the other night. You weren't talking to me, and I was very upset about it.
I must have missed it.
Yeah, I was upset. I was actually talking to you. You weren't talking
You
to
talking
me.
to the wrestling one or the racing one?
Wrestling.
Oh,
I was very upset.
well, he's such a busy guy. He has his hands in so many things. Oh, and then Ryan goes, "Yeah, it's 11,000, and you are welcome."
Ryan, we appreciate everything you do.
Yeah, very much so. And get better, pal. I know you've been sick as of late, so get better
Yeah.
soon.
So on that note, I am going to let AJ end with his final thoughts on Christmas Chronicles. But I will say that if you haven't watched it, please do so. It
Do
is one
it.
of the.
It's an easy watch too.
It is such a nice, gentle watch. It's full of comedic relief, which we've all come to expect from, Kurt Russell, and it's just it's really good. Highly
Everybody.
recommend.
Well, thank you guys for tuning in. Hit that like button, subscribe, follow, do all that wonderful stuff that really helps out the channel grow.
Compliment AJ's microphone. He's very, very impressed with it today.
What?
Your microphone. But it looks like
Yes.
it's changing colors.
It is changing colors. I finally got it to work. I just needed the cord that they sent me with this didn't work. So I just figured, great, the mic is broken. Oh well. No, the cord was broken. The mic works fine. And the only reason why I figured this out is because one of my friends has the exact same mic, and he told me the cord sucks. So I was like, I wonder if I just changed the cord.
I wish I had known that that's the reason your mic wasn't working. Because I would have told you to buy a new cord.
I didn't even have to buy a new cord. I have a crap ton of Type C's.
Okay. Well, I marvel over AJ and his.
I like DC.
You like DC?
Oh yeah, you Marvel.
Okay, well, AJ contemplates his life choices. And
it's gotten that bad.
and I wonder how he's managed to accomplish as much as he has, considering the technical knowledge he seems to struggle with today.
I think you're giving me too much credit here, Susie. It's not just today. It's a daily occurrence. It's why I have a computer guy.
Yeah, it's a daily occurrence, messaging either me or his computer guy and going, hey, this isn't working. Just turn it off, turn it back on again. Yes. Did you do this? Yes. Did you do this? No. Well,
does it work?
Try that.
Like I was literally like, ooh, 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 ooh. Ooh.
He does know how to use his computer very well. It's just the, common IT redundancies he struggles with.
I press button, it turn on. I press button, it don't turn on. Phone call happen.
Uh-huh.
Is it plugged in? Well, I didn't unplug it.
So on that note, I hope I made y'all chuckle with the fact that AJ runs a podcast and can function very well on the computer. Just everything else is a little questionable.
I'm gonna get you.
I'm gonna earn every amount of revenge that is coming my way, and it's okay.
So for anybody who likes Looney Tunes, this means war.
I should get points though. I didn't attack your hair.
You just did by saying that. We couldn't just have a nice show without the ball busting. First, you started before we went live, then Ryan started, like he always does, in the chat, and then you just jump on top of what Ryan was doing to just be like, hey, people watching us, wanna see me screw with AJ? You wanna see me do it again? Susan, looks like you need to go to the bathroom. Breathe. In, out. Ah.
So
Holy crap,
yeah,
you're crying.
as I'm actually crying. Please go watch Christmas Chronicles. Enjoy the next two Christmas specials before we jump back into X-Men.
Oh, and
And
if it's anything like how we've gone tonight, it's gonna be like we're talking about the movie into rabbit hole, talking about the movie again into another rabbit hole.
it's, you know what? But it's also the end of the year. This year has been such a roller coaster for all of us that it feels really good to talk about something, be completely on point, and then rabbit hole.
You know, it's
and then
not
be
just a
on
roller
point, talk
coaster.
about something, and then rabbit hole.
I don't think it's a roller coaster. I think it's a log flume ride, and only one person brought a poncho.
Would that be your wife?
Would be Jess. Damn it! I thought she was there.
I was really hoping she was there.
Me too.
Oh, because that would have been so much better.
She's the only one on the log flume that's wearing a poncho, and the only one that is dry afterwards. BS.
Yep. Both times. Every time we wrote it.
First time.
We're a poncho. So.
All right, everybody.
Okay.
Thanks for tuning in. Hit that like button, subscribe. We'll be back next Thursday.
For more rabbit hole shenanigans.
Yeah, basically, for the Christmas Chronicles, too.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody. Catch you later.
Bye-bye.